So I can tell that somebody is listening to me by the quality of response. And I also feel like the quantity of the response too. So, for example, when I am speaking and someone heavily agrees or disagrees with what I say, I can tell they're listening by the nodding of the head. I mean, how many times they nod their head. And I have a tendency to even move my body forward. So their physical response, as if to like be more engaged. I can tell when someone's listening if they do that. I also can tell via eye contact, and I think that's one of the main factors that show me that somebody's listening to me. Whether you disagree or agree, if I scan the room or if I look up at you at any point during our conversation, I would hope that at least once or twice throughout the conversation, we would meet eyes. I don't expect you to lock eyes with me the entire time because that would be kind of weird, but at least sometime throughout my conversation, whether it's just a friendly conversation or if it's more business oriented or even a speech, I measure the listening by the eye contact that I get or don't get. How does it feel when people do not listen to me? It would depend on the setting. So at home, it doesn't really bother me, but I am going to get upset when I have to repeat it all over again. At work, it is a little bit different. When I am having staff meetings, it does make me feel a bit, I guess it takes away from the confidence and it kind of makes you shrink down. It's not a good feeling, especially, if you're in a leadership position at your work and you're talking and people are talking and they're not listening to you. And then you're going to have to repeat yourself again later on. But yeah, it does kind of make you feel invisible. It makes me feel invisible at least. And then at the time that I was talking and was not listening, was not being listened to, was actually during one of my class speeches. Um, though everybody was on mute, we still had to show our cameras, and I could see in those little thumbnails everybody doing everything else besides listening to me. And it really did make me feel bad. But because I was presenting, I wasn't able to address it at that point in time. But the way that I addressed it was by making sure that I was fully attentive whenever anybody else was speaking. I was engaged, making eye contact, facial expressions, nodding my head, making sure my body language was appropriate. Um, yeah, so that's all.